Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with Challenge Accepted and my design team page for the Flair Hut, also known as Dotty About Flair. We're still Dotty About Flair. I have this for Challenge Accepted. Shannon and I are doing the first 4 day for the 4 weeks of November. We're doing the first 4 days of the 12 Days of Autumn Scraplifts over at Scrap Squad. And there is this lovely page that's our original. There's something, it's actually a hanging banner, and there's a hanger. Mine's not going to have a hanger. It's going to kind of just be pasted there. And then the white background is torn, and then there's a pattern paper showing underneath, a little cluster down here, a cluster up here, and some pretty stuff in there. Some little small embellishments on the outsides. So I'm going to go with a theme that is not fall. I have these awesome photos that my friend Lisa Sikorsky sent me of her son Johnny's fish collection. And back when we last visited Johnny, he had, let me turn on this light so you might be able to see better. He had a smaller fish, I think it might have been this one, blue fish that he had just gotten, and he wanted me to take a photo of him with it, and he wanted us to scrapbook it together. So we did, and so that fish has gotten a lot of mileage out there. And since then, he has acquired this very large blue fish. It's just adorable. This photo's adorable. And I've kind of, in order to pump up the colors a little bit, I've filtered them, and it gives Johnny this great little cartoonish kind of look. And I love that. So I have lots of different multicolor Flair here, and I have a kind of a strange idea came to me as I turned on the camera, and I'm not sure if it'll work. I was just going to select 3 or 4 out of these, but why not use all of them, right? I'm going to put the original away because I think we've gotten what we need to get from it. It was designed by Lorraine for Go Go Getaway, and that's all I know about that. I'm not sure if I know what Lorraine's last name is, but I might try to find that out on the Scrap Squad Facebook page. So I'm going to put that aside, and we may bring it back. But I have, the pre-work I've done is I've torn the white paper, and I'm using primarily things from the Beach Party collection by Carta Bella, which is one that I received. It's kind of pretty well cut into. I received this as a guest design team member from Scrapbook Your Joy, which is a wonderful little scrapbook store. And I guess I need to put this away more so that things don't get bent. So I'm just going to lay it aside. So that's primarily what I'm using. I had die cut some leaves out of these 2 scraps of paper a while back, and I cut an outline around them to make these. So, and these have some nice edges that I could use for a little bit of color somewhere, so I'm going to keep that handy. I have a wood veneer thing that says "Wish You Were Here," and if I can sneak that in somewhere, it would be like a little message to Johnny. I have some bluefish These are from a very old sticker sheet by Sticko or Jolie's, I forget which. I had a 4x6 card that was cut from a Bella Boulevard collection that I scrapped the last photo that I scrapped of Johnny. And it had this yellow submarine on it. And I didn't use it then. I just couldn't fit it on the page. But I've got it now. I've cut it apart. I fussy cut this out. And then the little Explorer title was on there. So if I can fit that in, I will. And I took, I don't know where this came from, this piece of ephemera. And I had this very old sticker. This sticker, the ocean sticker, came from maybe my very first beachy sticker sheet, and it's the last one I have left. And I thought the blue was compatible and the little dots on it kind of went there. And at first I was going to use a more colorful word fish, but it was too big. So I found some small foam alphas by Pink Fresh, I think. And then I had these two little fish were on here, I think. I'm pretty sure, up in the water on here. So I just added them. So this makes like a little title thingy. And I'm sure that's a real word, title thingy. And I have some sequins, which are a blend of Deep Rose Sea and Oceanside Breeze. And I'll maybe try to work those in. These are from Spiegel Mom Scraps. And I have a conglomeration of little tiny stars and hearts that are acrylic, and they're from my stash, and it's probably from 3 different manufacturers, and I don't know who they are. I put my stars and hearts together back in the day, and I just know that they're not Bramble Fox. And I have these giant yellow sequins that I'm going to try to work in. And from the same not Bramble Fox collections, I have these 2 arrows that are in colors I like. And this is an arrow chipboard sticker that has colors that might go. So I just have a whole bunch of things. I don't know what's going to end up actually on the page. But let's get the photos on. And I'm going to kind of size. I think I want the title up here. Well, I guess I need to paste this on the page. Let's do that before we go any farther. And as you can hear, I have developed some sniffles. And that is not a good thing because everybody in the house has a sinus thing, and James is coughing and hacking, and his asthma is kicking up, and Barrett's got something that the whole team has been passing around, and I think Ava's not feeling good. I think the only one feeling decent in the house is Katie. So let me go like so. I'm just going to eyeball it. And I have done what they did in the original in that I've kind of offset. I cut the back, the yellow piece, bigger than the polka dotty piece. And I laid them on there a little bit wonky just for some interest. And so now we'll see how this stuff goes on. I'm going to go ahead and put the title piece on because that'll kind of help determine the balance of stuff that goes on top of here. So it says ocean fish. And I kind of want it hanging off of this and partially on it. This I thought could go there, but let me get the photos on and see if that crowds it too much. I want Johnny here, or do I want the fish here? Let's go like so. And then this can kind of overlap that. This works for me. There we go. And because it takes so long for me to cut and trim that tape that I'm using these days, I did that ahead of time. Okay, there we go. Now, I have foam tape on here. I did all of this while watching or listening to election results last night. I won't make any political statements, but okay, I'll do it like that because I want this up kind of on the photo. Okay, now to kind of trim out these things, let me do first, try kind of what I had in mind for the Flair. Maybe kind of group them all along under here, for example. And I love that this polka dot Flair, and these Flair are from a million different releases, and I cannot tell you what they are. I'm alternating a primarily color one with multicolored ones. There. With like rainbow-ish ones. Huh. That actually works out. So let's just stick them down. And I was going to put the sequins, the seashell sequins down there. And what I'm going to do now is work them in with the Flair. Maybe all across the board, maybe in clusters. Kind of get these over a bit. Although I can cover up any spacing issues. So I've basically got the backbone of it done. And I may have to go hunt for another Flair or two to put up in the body there. But I have a bin with lots of, I have some Flair, if they're a main color, like I call those blue, those were all in my blue-ish bin, my blue and green bin, cool colors. And the if they're kind of rainbow, have a rainbow-ish color scheme, I have a rainbow bucket. Okay, I'm sure you're really enjoying seeing me do all these individually. And this one's going to be a little bit close, so I may just make a sequin cluster over here to kind of hide the fact that I didn't have perfect spacing. It seemed perfect, but I put them a little too close together over yonder. Okay, now I'm going to take sequin by sequin and kind of, or do I want something else right there? I think the sequins are going to be great. Just kind of do that, and whoops. And that, and then I'll just overlap them kind of up here on top. I'm going to put another one kind of right there. I wish I had a turtle that was facing in. So I'd have something to put right there. I actually do have this big blue fish. Okay, so I just wanted to be sure that the ends with the holes on these sequins aren't showing. That gives it kind of an unfinished look. And heaven forbid that anything I do should have an unfinished look. I say that facetiously because I have frequently not cared about such things. Okay, so if I do this guy right there, he's kind of skating over the sequins. He doesn't have enough foam on him, and he's managed to stick to the sequin, so that's how he's going to stay. And I will have then, I'll have this little guy up in this scenario. And I thought I would use the little explorer. I could use it here. And I do need the turtle here. I'm going to use some sequins all along the way here. In between the flare. And I have more of these. I spent some time last night separating the yellow from the other colors. And I ordered these without knowing how big they were. Didn't pay attention to the dimensions. I believe from Etsy somewhere a long time ago. I'm kind of liking that. And I've got them now that I can put in other places. Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. I don't feel bad. I actually feel better than I thought I would this morning for staying up so late. But okay, so there. And I could do something like that. Let's make that kind of part of the, you know what? I don't want this guy here yet because I wanted to use two of these hand-cut kind of flowers, or leaves rather, there, and then I'll have the fish kind of right in there. So they kind of look like skeleton leaves, and I've just tumped over some of my sequins. I'll leave that there and let it come up. Okay, and then I'll take this guy, and in case the adhesive has gotten a little, he'll look like he's swimming among the seaweed there. And I'm going to do a similar thing up here. Just adding a little of that reddish color. To that area. Come on. I'll do that. And then I have this little turtle. That can be swimming on. I love doing kids' pages because it gives me a license to scrapbook like a kid. Like, just pile on cute things. And I've got foam tape back here that will support that. I'm going to do this here now. And I've got this little guy, and I'm going to get some thick foam tape for him. And put it right there. Okay, there we go. So we have the turtle swimming into that. You know, I think I'm not going to use the arrows. I may use a couple of these yellow seashells up here. I do like bringing those up there. I'm glad I did that. And I have one more out here, so I'll try to work that in. Let me see if I can tease that one back a bit. And I'll go there. Okay. And now I have done, I'm going to put the arrows back over here. I have this little flare that says fun, and it points down. So I think I'm going to do that, and it's blue, so that works out, right? And I have this flare that is a heart. Could go there. I like it there. And the wish you were here. We have to see if there's any way I can fit that in. And then we have some tiny embellishments. I have different adhesive options going on here. And this one doesn't seem to want to release its backing without also peeling up. So I may have to go a different route with that. Okay, it all pulled off. So let's go with this. Okay, the wish you were here. Could it go there? That may be too much. I think I'll save that for something else. And I'll move the arrow over here. I do want to use my little poem. I channeled my inner Dr. Seuss, and I wrote Johnny a poem. And it may actually be Dr. Seuss, but I'm pretty sure it says one fish, two fish, big fish, blue fish. I'm pretty sure big fish wasn't in the original. So I was going to put foam behind these, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and glue them on. Since I'm overlapping, they'll have some dimension by being raised up from the background. Let me pull this out a little bit. I hope Johnny likes this. And Johnny, if you're watching, I miss you. just so you know. There for a while, I could just go down the road a bit from Adam's house and visit you. And even when I got back, it didn't hit me how far away I was from you now. Okay, so tiny little elements. I'm going to go for things that are in the same color palette here. Along with some sequins. And I don't, let me, okay, so there are a couple blue stars. Where do we go from here? I like these kind of shiny crystal-ish stars. So I'll put a couple of those in each cluster. I'll make the clusters at least have the same stuff in them. Here's an aqua, and I've brought in aqua, and there are aqua polka dots in there, so I'm gonna, or teal, however we wanna name it for this purpose. And then I have some pale aqua stars, and I'm just kind of working my way up and down. And then I want to add some red hearts. I have 3, and I'm going to put one of them overlapping there. But I'll do that there and down here. And then let me take this one and put it right here. And I think that might be all the little stars and hearts that I put there. Let me pick up these sequins and put them in my little thing. And let me do some sequin clusters here. I have, apparently, some glue on my tweezers. Go figure. And I'll do a red flower. That's from the Deep Rose Sea, and it's a beautiful red. And it's kind of the same color red as that heart, so I figure it's okay to use it. And then different blues. Okay, there. And I'm just gonna do one group of 3 sequins over on this side. And then we'll be done. Get a tiny little one here. It doesn't want to say goodbye to the tweezers. Okay. I think I'm done. And I absolutely love my Flair and seashell border here. That was a last minute kind of idea, and I'm so happy that I did it. I had thought I might take like a little, let's see how that might look. I was thinking I might do something like that under there, but I don't think it needs it. I'm gonna put these in the scrap bin and call it a day. So thank you for watching, and Johnny, I hope you like it, and Lisa, thank you for sending me the photos, and I hope you all are inspired to go do something fun, and be sure to check out what Shannon did with this same Scraplift, and check the flairhut.com website for the brand new release, and use your code Kathy10 for a nice little discount in the shop, and I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Bye.